In the quaint town of Willowbrook, resided an elderly man named Mr. Albert Thompson. He lived in a grand mansion, surrounded by a vast estate, which bore witness to the passing of time. The townspeople admired him for his wisdom and generosity. But, as the years passed, Mr. Thompson's health began to deteriorate. The once vibrant man was now confined to a wheelchair, with only his loyal house help, Mira, by his side. Mira was a humble and kind-hearted woman who had served the Thompson family for decades. Her loyalty to Mr. Thompson extended far beyond her duties as a house help. Over the years, they had developed a strong bond, and she became more like a trusted confidant. As Mr. Thompson's health worsened, his distant relatives and family members flocked to his mansion, seeking to claim their share of his fortune. They cared little for the man himself, only interested in what they could inherit. Unbeknownst to them, Mr. Thompson had been closely observing their greed and selfishness. Feeling a sense of betrayal from his own blood, Mr. Thompson hatched a plan. He decided to revise his will, leaving a significant portion of his wealth to Mira, who had shown true loyalty and compassion during his final days. With the help of his lawyer, Mr. Thompson made the necessary changes to his will. He ensured that everything was kept a secret, even from Mira, to avoid any potential complications or conflicts before his passing. As Mr. Thompson's health continued to decline, his family grew more impatient. They tried to sweet-talk Mira, hoping to gain insights into the contents of the will. Little did Mr. Thompson's family know, he was wiser than they ever imagined. He had observed their subtle attempts to deceive him, and his heart grew heavy with disappointment. Finally, the day came when Mr. Thompson took his last breath. The town mourned the loss of a remarkable man, and his family descended upon the mansion, eager to claim their share of the inheritance. Amidst their sorrow, the reading of the will took place. As the lawyer revealed the contents, shock and disbelief gripped the room. Mr. Thompson had indeed left a considerable portion of his fortune to Mira. Her eyes welled up with tears, as she had never imagined such a gift from her employer. Mr. Thompson's family was outraged. They accused Mira of manipulating the old man and poisoning his mind against them. They demanded that the will be contested, but the lawyer assured them that it was legally binding. The news of Mr. Thompson's decision spread throughout the town, and opinions were divided. Some admired his wisdom in recognizing Mira's true worth, while others condemned him for not leaving more to his family. Mira found herself in a whirlwind of emotions. She felt overwhelmed by the fortune bestowed upon her and vowed to honor Mr. Thompson's legacy by using the money wisely. She decided to invest in the town, creating opportunities for education and healthcare. Despite the resentment from Mr. Thompson's family, Mira remained steadfast. She refused to let their bitterness tarnish her cherished memories of the man who had shown her kindness and respect when others did not. Over time, Mr. Thompson's family began to realize the error of their ways. They saw how Mira used the fortune to benefit the town and its people, and their hearts softened. Slowly, they began to appreciate the man they had once dismissed as feeble-minded. Through Mira's actions, the family understood that their greed and deceit had cost them more than just an inheritance. They had lost the opportunity to build a true connection with Mr. Thompson. The mansion, once a symbol of Mr. Thompson's wealth, now served as a community center, where people gathered to learn and grow together. His legacy lived on through Mira, who embraced the responsibility with grace and humility. Witnessing the positive impact she had on the town, Mr. Thompson's family began to reconsider their bitter feelings towards her. Slowly, they found the courage to approach her, seeking to mend the broken relationships. Mira, ever compassionate, welcomed them with open arms. She bore no grudges, for she understood that they had been blinded by their own desires. Through heartfelt conversations and shared memories of Mr. Thompson, they discovered a newfound appreciation for each other. As they spent more time together, they realized the depth of Mr. Thompson's love for his family and his reasons for leaving a significant part of his fortune to Mira. He wanted to teach them the value of humility and compassion, hoping they would learn from their mistakes. The fortune left to Mira continued to have a profound impact on the town. With her guidance and wise decision-making, she transformed the community center into a place of learning, opportunity, and support for the less fortunate. Children who once had little access to education now had access to quality schools and resources. The elderly were provided with better healthcare facilities and companionship, and struggling families received assistance in times of need. Myra's humility and dedication gained the admiration and respect of not only the townspeople but also influential individuals from neighboring cities. They saw her as an embodiment of hope and inspiration, and some even sought her advice for their charitable endeavors. As the town flourished under Myra's leadership, so did the relationships between Mr. Thompson's family and her. They participated in the town's community events, volunteering their time and resources to support Myra's initiatives. Through shared experiences, the family came to understand the essence of Mr. Thompson's final decision. It wasn't about punishing them but rather about encouraging personal growth and spreading goodness in the world. With newfound purpose, Mr. Thompson's family members began to explore their passions and use their influence for the betterment of society. Their interactions with the townspeople humbled them, teaching them the true value of compassion and kindness. Despite the positive changes, not everyone in the town was pleased with the transformation. As Myra's influence grew, she also drew the envy and jealousy of a few individuals who had harbored ill feelings towards Mr. Thompson's family and now projected them onto her. They spread rumors and lies, attempting to tarnish Myra's reputation and undermine her efforts. However, the support she had garnered from the majority of the townspeople acted as a shield against the negativity. Mira knew that she couldn't please everyone, and she refused to let the naysayers deter her from her mission. She continued to work tirelessly, believing that her actions would eventually speak louder than any false words. As Mira embraced her role in the community, she often found herself reflecting on the wisdom of Mr. Thompson. She recognized that he had seen beyond the superficial desires of his family and understood the true essence of wealth. Through the fortune he left to her, he had empowered Mira to positively impact countless lives. It was a lesson that wealth, when used wisely and compassionately, could be a tool for immense good. As years passed, Myra's efforts and Mr. Thompson's legacy intertwined seamlessly, becoming an inseparable part of the town's identity. The community flourished, and its people lived with a sense of purpose and belonging. The town of Willowbrook became known far and wide for its remarkable transformation, drawing visitors from distant places. Myra's story, along with that of Mr. Thompson's wisdom, spread like wildfire, inspiring individuals across the world to embrace compassion and give back to society. Though Mr. Thompson had passed away, his presence remained alive in the hearts of the people he touched. The town's progress was a testament to the enduring power of a single act of kindness. The dying man's final decision had sparked a chain of events that forever changed the course of the town's history. The town that was once divided by greed was now united in love and understanding. In the end, the fortune that Mr. Thompson left for his house help, Mira, was not just about money. It was a gift of trust, a reflection of the bond they shared, and a testament to the wisdom of a dying man who saw beyond the surface. As the years passed, the story of Mr. Thompson and Mira became an eternal tale, passed down through generations. Their names became synonymous with love, kindness, and the transformative power of a single act of compassion.